why would we do this? Why would we switch? Well, what situation do we have in the automotive industry? Well, first thing we have is that electric complexity is increasing with every generation of cars. If we look at modern cars, even mid-range or with regards to some features, even low-range cars, we are talking about a whole list of new functionalities that have been introduced in the last years. This goes from everything with regards to multimedia, telematics, and so on. So connecting your cell phone to your car, TV in the car, rear seat entertainment, and so on. This is one aspect where it increased deeply, but another aspect also where we also had a lot of changes was the area of ADAS. So advanced driver assistance systems, lane control, and so on. These systems are getting more and more complex. So we have more and more ECUs in cars, and as a result, we also have more and more complex software. And we need to implement more and more functions in our software. That's one of the issues we have. Second issue we have is the lifecycle shortfall. While a few decades back, it took sometimes many years before you had a new version of a car line. Now the OEMs have to come out with new cars in shorter and shorter time spans to keep always up to date, to always have the nicest and most modern looking cars on the market. So we have shorter and shorter development times for our ECUs. And that's something that also might cause some problems. On top of that, we also have many different hardware platforms that are used to implement those software functionalities, that have to run these functionalities. So, and if you're familiar with embedded software, traditionally we don't have such a nice hardware abstraction as we, for example, have in desktop PCs, where you can simply plug and play hardware and stuff will run. This is not the case with traditional embedded software. So this means we have to adapt our software quite heavily with every switch from one hardware platform to another, which leads to a very limited modularity and, as a result, poor reusability of our software. So, and on top of that, if we go away from the OEM view, go towards a supplier view. If you're a supplier, you usually don't deliver your ECU to a single OEM, but you have to deliver it to multiple OEMs. So you also have to tackle all the standards, all the requirements of those different OEMs. And if we combine all those things, it causes some problems. So standardization, something that helps us to address all this stuff, is needed.